Hi everyone, my name is Arvin Olano and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, nobody asked, but in today's video, I am going to be rating some of my favorite interior design accounts. So I've never done a video like this on my channel before, but I thought it would be so much fun to talk about some of these world-renowned designers and see how they style their own homes, their own spaces, and we're gonna dissect and rate some of the ways that they design and style, and is it really livable or is it just for design? I'm hoping that I'm gonna be sharing some accounts that you don't already know about. I'd be curious to know if you like them, if you don't like them, so make sure you sound off in the comments down below throughout this video because I love to hear what you have to say. So we are going to be doing a rating out of 10, 10 being the best and 1 being the worst, but I don't think there's going to be any 1s in this video because these are some of my favorite interior designers. I'm going to be looking at my phone for reference. I want to start this video off with a bang, and this first account, I recently discovered them over in the summer, and it is Anthology Creative Studio. So this first photo is actually how I discovered Anthology Creative Studio, and it's a living room space, but it screams design and personality. Now, the first thing that I noticed is actually the focal wall, which has the fireplace. It looks to be a vintage marble fireplace, and behind it, the moldings on the wall is so nice, and I'm actually really drawn to the way that it's an asymmetrical design. To the left, it has 2 abstract art pieces, and to the right, there is a larger sort of very textural piece of art. My eyes are going to this antique vessel with an olive tree. It looks to be, I'm almost certain that this olive tree is not real. I imagine they don't want to ruin this antique vessel. The black marble pedestal to the left is just doing it for me with that female bust doing a little, ooh, we love her. Ooh, I'm also seeing an alabaster apparatus sconce right up on the wall, and that is just chef's kiss. Moving on to the coffee table, it looks to be a marble top with wooden legs, and I love that it matches that accent chair over to the right. Don't even get me started with the chevron wood floors. That is like my dream to have, definitely in the next home. So what's interesting to me is the round rug underneath the table. I like the texture. The size is kind of throwing me off. I usually like a rug that really grounds a space, and this rug just feels like it's kind of dwarfing this space. Not feeling it, but I am loving the light fixture. I will say that this account has like really stunning, unexpected light fixtures when it comes to their spaces, and I'm not sure if it's vintage. It might be a modern piece, but I just love how it kind of drops down from the ceiling. It gives it a lot of visual interest, but I really love the way that this is styled in more of an asymmetrical manner. So I would give this space a strong 8.5. Let me know down in the comments if you agree. So next up on the list is Steve Cordeny. Now, I did stumble upon his account recently as well. So what drew me to his account was actually these sculptural branches. Now, I believe they're cherry blossoms, and he uses them in a lot of his photos. This is a great way to add a sculptural, unexpected touch of nature in your space. Now, here in Vegas, unfortunately, there's no beautiful trees or anything like that, so I'm so jealous of these like cherry blossom branches, and they are like, they're massive, you guys. Like, it is almost covering this entire wall. Now, behind the console is a stunning antique mirror, and I'm trying to look at the light fixture. It looks to be like a big brass fixture. I'm actually interested in these blue velvet chairs on either side. I'm loving the play with the brown tones, the navy, and just the 2 simple vessels that look like they're antique on top. Just like simple ideas, but really thoughtfully executed. I'm finding that there's a lot of velvet textures in these accounts that I'm looking at today, and I feel like it gives that old world kind of feel. Do you agree? I'm really kind of like into that. These traditional details on the chair too is really quite nice. I'm gonna give this space a 7.5. I like the idea of the chairs. I don't necessarily know that I like them right next to each other on the console. I'm sure he was trying to give it like a bigger composition, but I would have done something a little bit different. This next photo is another console table by Steve, and this one is really, really nice. I love how he used shapes to create symmetry. Now, to the right, you have an antique vessel, again with those large cherry blossom branches. I also love his account because he has great short videos how to style these vignettes, and I think you can really learn something from him. He created symmetry by using a lamp on the other side. I like the little baubles on the lamp. I think it has some great visual interest. Of course, that Hermes throw on the chair is so luxurious, and the use of jute and basket is really nice in this space. It really kind of brings it down, makes it more casual. I'm actually really enjoying the way he uses small little knickknacks to design his vignettes. There's like a small little sculptural head, there's a metal kind of antique-y kind of box, and he's not afraid to use pops of muted color, like this olive green ceramic vessel. Overall, ooh, I like that. I really like this antique stool as well, and wow, that's really, really nice. And of course, the brass mirror on the left just really takes this space to the next level. I'm also seeing a peak of like a darker brown table to the right. Notice how there's a lot of mix and match of wood tones in this space, and I love that. I'm gonna give this vignette a solid 8.5 because of all the textures, the shapes, and play on scale and sizes. I'm going to link all of these accounts down below in the description box just in case you want to check them out. So if you're just now stumbling upon my videos, I do a lot of shop with me trips, home decor hauls, tips and tricks so that you can get inspired to design your space in an affordable and approachable way. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go. So this next interior designer is probably my absolute favorite, and it is Athena Calderon of Swoon. And we are looking at a photo of her Cobble Hill home, and oh my gosh, you guys, when I saw this video on YouTube of this exact room, I just thought it was just absolute genius. She talks about mixing masculine and feminine and hard and soft elements like the Mario Bellini sofa, how it's curved and kind of bulbous. And for her coffee table, she has this apparatus marble table that has hard edges. The black marble fireplace is just insane, and don't even get me started with that wicker lamp in the corner. Can you tell I was inspired? I mean, so good. I love the mix of materials and textures. That antique mirror to the right is everything. Can you imagine doing your last looks before you leave the house in that mirror? So good. Oh, that little rattan lamp in the forefront of the photo, it looks like a vintage lamp where she just took out like the little figurine and kept the base. All of the sculptural elements in this home is just absolutely stunning. The sconces on the wall is, wow, I like that triple sconce. She really does vintage really well, and she loves to mix in a little bit of modern, but most of it is vintage. I love how she mixes a lot of stone elements like marble, alabaster, onyx, and juxtaposes it with textiles and different materials like velvet, boucle, and wicker. She really likes to make your eyes travel around her space. Like, there is something interesting in every corner, and again, it sparks intrigue. You just want to ask, like, where has she been? Where has she traveled to? And where did she get all of this beautiful stuff? I mean, again, most of it is vintage and probably really, really expensive. I mean, that Mario Bellini sofa is goals. Can you imagine having that in your space? I'm gonna give this living space a strong 9.5 because to me, it's really close to perfect. The way it's designed, it's just genius. And let me know if you follow Athena Calderon down in the comments. Don't even get me started with her bathroom. The pink marble in her shower is goals. I love how she uses a lot of masculine and feminine pieces, and the star of this room is the 1930s Murano chandelier. It's so beautiful. I've actually been studying vintage Murano glass these last few days because something about The workmanship with hand-blown glass is just, whew. The rug in this bathroom also adds some really beautiful pattern, and I'm gonna give this bathroom a solid 9.0 because of the mix of different textures and stones. Oh my gosh, I'm drooling. And that pedestal on the right, I'm almost certain vintage Italian pedestal, and the boucle little chair. Again, the mix of scale and proportion is just done so beautifully in these spaces. Could you see yourself taking a bath in this home? Because, girl, I could do a little wine, a little cheese platter, and forget all of my worries. So I want to quickly talk about her Amangasset home because I believe she renovated it. It's a mid-century modern home, and this again is full of design and personality. Every single vignette is just stunning. The roof has this like rope detail that allows light to filter through in a crazy way. She actually just got featured on AD Spain, and she gives a full tour of the space, so make sure you check that out. It's beautiful. I'm gonna give the space a solid 9.5 because to me, you guys, this is perfection. Oh, this little vignette in her home, she has like a Sherpa chair and a vintage Tony Paul stool. I found this exact stool in an antique shop, and I almost died because I knew I've seen it in her home, and I was like, I gotta have that, okay? I got to have it. She actually has a lot of videos in her Instagram and on her YouTube of her design process, so make sure you check that out. So this next account is a good one, and it is Jeremiah Brent and his husband, Nate Burkus. Now, if you don't already follow them, they have a very beautiful, eclectic style, definitely very luxurious, but this space, I feel like you can easily recreate the vibe, and I feel like that's true for a lot of interior design accounts. Even though they might be very expensive and they're very aspirational, you can take inspo from them and recreate the vibe in your home. And this specific photo is actually in their Montauk home. Am I saying that right? Montauk? Montauk. Anyway, what drew me to this space is actually this large abstract art piece. Now, I feel like a lot of the way he designs his spaces really resonates with me. It looks cozy, it's neutral, and this large art piece is just stunning. You know how I feel about a good, large piece of art, okay? And that light fixture on top, kind of like a Moroccan wicker style. I love those I like those little bits that's hanging off. It just like reminds me of a Bali vacation home. And look at those pillows. The pillow plan is next level. I love how he layers different sizes, different shapes, and it really creates a cozy vibe. That lamp to the left, it looks like a vintage glass amber piece, and the wicker on top really kind of speaks to the patina of the piece. It really does look so vintage. So I'm gonna give this space an 8.9 because to me, it looks so cozy. It really looks like a space that you can see yourself hanging out and living in, and how could you not? It's so good. I wanna move on to this next photo, which I believe is actually the same space. It's another kind of angle, and wow, these windows, I can see like trees on the outside. It looks so, so nice. Again, the light fixture is right above the head. I love I love those little fibers coming down. I'm always gravitating to these rattan pieces because something about them is just so timeless. Also, shout out to that art piece right there because it looks exactly like my Sarah Brook piece, which I found from Home Goods. It looks massive. I'm actually really liking that pedestal. It looks to be travertine or some sort of really beautiful stone. And that sculptural piece on top is, chef's kiss. You guys, if you look at the details, the scale and proportion, those little knickknacks on the table, I love how they're like really tiny and miniature. It just really plays off nicely with the scale of the space. I can just see myself coming over and being like, hey Jeremiah, hey Nate, let's hang out. Is that weird? No, that's not weird. I'm gonna give this vignette a solid 9.0 because it's so good, so my vibe. Jeremiah, go get your life, queen. I love this. Wow. So the next account that I want to talk about is actually a shop, and it is Lulu and Georgia. Now, I love Lulu and Georgia. I've been following their account for many, many months, and they just have this like bound with nature and the earth kind of style, really like a modern organic, which you know resonates with me in my home. And this photo is actually a bedroom, and whew, if I could just buy this whole bedroom, I would, but it's very, very expensive. Everything in their shop is very high-end, and for good reason. The design is just out of this world. First of all, that end table is gold. I've been trying to buy it for many months, but it's been sold out. I love the wooden ottomans in front of the bed to act kind of as extra seating, and that heavy knit throw blanket adds beautiful texture. Those uva stalks to the left is so nice. I actually, I love those uva stalks. I used to have them here in my studio, but now they're in my garage, and these wabi-sabi like metal pendants hanging down from the ceiling. I mean, so good. That punch of black is just so nice. The bed itself is a little simple. I'm not a fan of the headboard. I wish it had a little bit more of some details, and the rug as well is beautiful. I'm gonna give this bedroom space a 7.5. I wish there was an art piece above the bed, and I wish that the headboard was a little bit more interesting. Let me know if this is your style or not, or if you could see yourself sleeping in this bedroom, because it looks really cozy. I feel like I could sleep here. This next photo from Lulu and Georgia is actually a dining room, and oh, wow. First of all, the dining table is stunning, and that light fixture, the black, adds so much drama. It is beautiful, and don't even get me started with those beams. My gosh. And again, with those chairs, with those really interesting legs. Now, you can't spell legendary without leg, okay? Those legs are legendary. The rug is quite nice. I love how they use brown, natural colored rugs. The styling is really nice in this photo. The plates make it look like someone was kind of in the middle of setting up the table. And the plant, again, one singular statement plant, is very, very nice. I'm kind of over the whole, like, having so many plants in one space. I think it looks a little cluttered. Having that one plant is just, it's enough. And I'm giving this dining room a good 8.8. I could definitely see myself hosting a little Thanksgiving dinner in this dining room. I mean, couldn't you? All right, everyone, that was it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sound off in the comments down below if I should make this into a new series here on my channel. I think it's so awesome to get inspired by these world-renowned interior designers and get inspired to style up your home. And even though these are very high-end homes, you could definitely recreate the vibe in an approachable and affordable way. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone!